Have you got a phone call from the ATO recently? Did you get a phone call from your mum saying that somebody left a message on your voicemail? Are you really starting to freak out that maybe you haven't done your tax right, or maybe you haven't done your tax for the last couple of years? Hi, I'm Andrew Jeffers and this is the 2-Minute Accountant. Tax scamming is everywhere, and I don't mean people scamming the tax department, I mean people calling you up and pretending that they're from the tax department trying to scam money from you. Why do we do it? It's a very emotional situation and you're really worried that you've done something wrong to the government and the tax department. So the first thing you have to understand is the tax department generally won't call you up and demand payment there and then. Yes, they will call you, and the problem is that when you do owe the tax department money, sometimes they've flicked it onto a debt collection agency. But not any time will somebody ask you to pay it with a credit card or gift vouchers from Target. So how the scam works is that generally I think people are fearful of the dentist. They're fearful of the ATO, obviously because they think Big Brother's watching. And you want to make sure that you get your taxes done right, because at the end of the day you don't want to be fighting the government over some small amount of money owed to them. So this is where people hone in. And how the scam works is this. They'll give you a phone call or they'll leave a message on your answering machine and say, look, you haven't paid your tax, we've got issues at the moment, and if you don't do this, we're actually issuing a court summons as we speak. You must call us immediately and have this sorted out. So how do we get over this? I'll tell you in a second. So the first thing to do is understand whether it's a scam or not. Now, if they have an overseas accent like I got last night, where I think the guy was probably either from Finland or Denmark, maybe they are from the ATO, but you have to really ask yourself, are they or are they not? And what sort of phone number are they calling from? Now the second thing is, anytime somebody asks you and tells you that you owe them money to the tax department, they should be identifying you. They will not give you any information, how much money or whatsoever, until they identify you. So the first thing you should always say to them is, please don't call me, talk to my accountant. Now, what's that tell you? You actually need an accountant. Well, you do and you don't. If you have an accountant, don't take any phone calls from the tax department, send them straight to the accountant. So that's pretty much, first and foremost, identify whether it's a scam or not. They will ask you to identify yourself. If they don't volunteer stuff to them, because once they get your date of birth and your name and your tax file number, they pretty much can steal your identity. And the third thing is, always direct them to your accountant. So how the scam actually really works is they'll call you up, say that you owe them some money, they're going to stop the summons if you give them a credit card now and you can fix it up. Now generally the money they're after is probably less than $1,000. Might be a couple of $100, might be 800, 900. But you think about that, if they do that 10 or 20 times a day, they're making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a day. So what you need to do is, first and foremost, is tell them you want a reference number. But I'll be honest with you, most of the time, it's all scammers. So just be on high alert. Talk to your accountant about this, and there's a really good website that you can go to. It's through ASIC, and it's called Money Smart. Might be moneysmart.gov.au, but check it out. They've got fantastic resources that the government has put down to help you, not only with this scam, but any other scams that there are at the moment. Don't forget that, moneysmart.gov.au.